Hey real estate rock stars, this is Lori Wyatt with Invesco Realty. Today we're going to talk about the question, is owning a home still a good idea? I recently read an article in a news magazine, a popular news magazine, stating that home ownership isn't a good idea. Well, I have to say, I don't really agree. But still, it's good to ask the question, and let's today look at what makes sense. So clearly in the real estate boom, people were seeing rises of 18, 20, sometimes 30% a year. Well, that's crazy, and those days are obviously gone. But still, in the long term, I think moving forward, we're going to be able to see increases annually of about 2 to 3%. When you look at it, coupled with the tax benefits, still seems like a good idea to me. And let's face it, the stock market isn't exactly killing it these days. So let's take a look at some of the advantages of owning a home that still makes sense in today's market. Number one, if you're renting, you don't have any equity. Number two, and even if the equity is 2 or 3% a year, it's still equity. Number two, you don't get any tax benefits or deductions when you're renting. Obviously, if you're making good income, this is a big problem. You have no control over rent increases. So if the rental market's strong, your rent could go up 4%, maybe even 5% in a year, and you have no control over that. So you're going to have costs, unexpected costs. The other thing is you risk eviction. Clearly, with foreclosures on the rise today, your landlord could say, this house doesn't make sense for me, I'm going to let it go. And now all of a sudden you're homeless and you've got to look and find another place, and it costs money to move each time. When we look at owning, we have tax deductions, we get equity, even if it's just a little equity, it's still equity, and we have stability and security. We own our own place, so we have control over what we can do and improvements we can make on the home. Not to mention the fact that we have an investment in the neighborhood. We're more interested in improving things and the stability of the neighborhood, the security. All of those things become much more important to us when we own a home. So I think for the stability of our neighborhoods, for many, many reasons, it still does make sense to own a home. And the place where we got in trouble really was when the subprime lending came in and they were giving these loans that just didn't make any sense, and a lot of people were using their homes as sort of like their own little ATM, which, hey, we all know that that's not a good idea. So as long as we can avoid those pitfalls, I still think in the long term, owning a home makes sense. It's just a good idea. And let's face it, it feels good to have pride in ownership, and it feels good to own the place that you're living in. So that's my tip for the day. I'm Lori Wyatt. Call or click on InvescoRealty.com, and we would love to talk to you more about this topic. See ya.